In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the news headlines. The Islamic Emirate is striving for a constructive outcome in the ongoing talks with Pakistani delegation in Turkey. 2,337 foreign nationals entered Afghanistan through ports and airports during the month of Mizan of the current year. Turkey and the United Kingdom signed a bilateral cooperation agreement on fighter jets. Welcome to our today news package. It's Tuesday, the 6th of Jamadul Awal 1447, the 6th of Aghrab 1404, and the 28th of October 2025. The news details. The delegation of the Islamic Emirate has exerted every effort to ensure constructive dialogue in the ongoing negotiations between Afghanistan and Pakistan in Turkey. However, it appears that Pakistani side doesn't share such intent. Reports indicate that certain circles within Pakistani military establishment are obstructing the process, leaving the Pakistani delegation without full authority and prompting them to withdraw from the talks rather than present valid arguments at the negotiation table. The Islamic Emirate, on the other hand, has adopted a policy of dialogue and realism. Its stance remains clear. Afghanistan cannot prevent attacks occurring within Pakistan nor represent Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP). This is an internal issue of Pakistan's own making, and that country must address it independently. The Islamic Emirate, on the other hand, has adopted a policy of dialogue and realism. Its stance remains clear. Afghanistan cannot prevent attacks occurring within Pakistan, nor represent Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP). This is an internal issue of Pakistan's own making, and that country must address it independently. The Islamic Emirate has explicitly declared that it will not allow Afghan soil to be used against others, while also urging all sides to put forward rational, measured, and reasonable demands. Based on the National Statistics and Information Authority, a total of 2,337 foreign nationals have traveled through Afghanistan's ports and airports during the month of Mizan the current year. Out of that figure, 1,390 foreigners entered the country while 1,074 departed. The authority added that 328 visitors arrived to explore Afghanistan's historical and archaeological sites, while the remainder entered for the purposes of work and study. The news continuation. The media office of Nangarhar province reported that 90.3 metric tons of pine nuts have been harvested from the province's forest this year. Approximately 11,910 hectares of pine forest stretch across 6 districts: Esarak, Shirzat, Khugiani, Pechiragam, Haskemina, and Ispenghar. The province's yield this year has increased by more than 1 metric ton compared to last year. Officials attribute this growth to public awareness campaigns and training programs that have improved the pine nuts collection techniques among the local residents. And the last news. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer signed a bilateral cooperation agreement on Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets yesterday in Ankara. In accordance with the Turkish media reports, under the agreement, Turkey will purchase 20 Eurofighter Typhoon jets from the United Kingdom, valued at $10.7 billion. Following the signing, President Erdogan stated that Turkey aims to increase bilateral trade with the United Kingdom to $14 billion, strengthening economic relations between the two nations. We have reached to the end of our news program. Further informative materials are available on social media and platforms. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.